When Lenora was born, it was definitely a blessing. And we weren't really expecting Lenora for another week or so. Toya said she felt like she was going into labor, and I kind of brushed it off. I was getting ready to go to bed. I have medication I take at night. Sometimes they help me sleep. So I'd already taken it, and I was super sleepy. She woke me up, said, "Hey, I think it's time." So we all got in the car, and we drove down. It was a long labor. Sylvia was with us. She was only 3 years old at the time, and I had to hold her with me. And she was getting frustrated. She was like, "Hey, we should just leave them. Let's just get back and go to the car." And she was so upset, so frustrated. She was just 3 years old. And then all of a sudden, Nora was born. And when Sylvia saw her, her face lit up. She was so happy to meet her baby sister. Lenora started out as a normal child. Everything seemed perfectly normal. She was holding her head up and doing everything just like normal. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until around the time she started. I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry. She started to be able to stand up, and about that time we noticed that anytime we would turn on music, she started bopping and moving to the rhythm, and just out of nowhere she would start dancing. And it wasn't just like normal dancing, it was like over the top, outrageous. My whole body goes into a type of dancing, like she was in a trance, and it was scary. So we went from doctor to doctor, trying to figure out exactly what was going on with her, because it scared me. And none of the doctors would even touch the case. They thought I was insane. They even laughed at me. They thought I was crazy. And she wouldn't do it around the doctors. She would only do it when she was at home. But anytime music would start playing, she would just start. Okay, I guess I'm good. You're gonna edit that part out, right? I mean, she would just start dancing uncontrollably. And finally, we found a doctor who would take the case, and he told us what was going on.
Yes, I am Dr. Doofensmuth. In all my life, I've never seen a case quite as serious as Lenora's. But with counseling and therapy, we can definitely get her back on the right track. In all of my career, when I first met Lenora, I realized her case was something different. I had never seen someone at her age that moved with such rhythm, such feeling. Her dad was extremely worried, but I told him that we knew how to deal with situations like this and that we would definitely take care of him. So I've been working with Nora for about 3 months now, and I must say that there are songs that she can hear and she would not spontaneously break out into dance. Yes.
He said it was a condition called spontaneous dancing syndrome. And it affects about a very small percentage of the population, but it made perfect sense. When Toya was about 8 months pregnant, I told her we shouldn't have done it, but she decided she wanted to watch Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. And while she was watching the movie, I could see Lenora bouncing and bopping around in her stomach, but nobody would ever expect it for it to have this profound of an impact on a young child's life. So now, anytime music starts playing, Nora spontaneously starts to dance. And I was really upset, really down. And then her mom, my wife, she revealed to us that she has a similar disorder. She also has a different version of spontaneous dance disorder. And I didn't feel so bad because my wife, she's a beautiful, brilliant woman. She's got a degree. She has a good job, and she's functioning normally in society. And she has this spontaneous dance syndrome as well. So it gives me hope for Lenora. With counseling and therapy, at some point, maybe we'll be able to get her to a point where she can resist the urge to just start dancing out of nowhere. But until that time, we'll work with it. There are support groups. There are lots of people who are able to, who are going through the same things that we're going through. they've experienced a lot of the same trials and tribulations. Yeah, Nora, she's a beautiful girl. My name's Mike, and I have a child with spontaneous dance syndrome.